Good afternoon, thank you for watching Rundlii Gaming. We're going to be doing another video. This one is on a game called HiveCorp. It plays very similar to a lot of the games where you're trying to avoid the enemies while leveling up and getting special abilities as you go through. So it does have kind of a similar dynamic to something like a Brotato, for example, if anyone's played that one. Vampire, Survivor, things in that general genre. Um, And this one's also in early production as well. So there are a lot of different things that could very well change pretty quickly within the game itself and kind of give you different stuff in it so far. But we're going to kind of go over some of the different stuff that's already kind of in the game already up to this point. So we have different missions. These different missions you can kind of go over different game modes. As of right now, they only have campaign, so that's what we'll be testing on here. Looks like you can go with different types of missions, which I'm going to assume has slightly different rules on different things. Probably the map is a little bit different because it looks like, for example, this one's like a ice level. And I guess this was a vast desert and outworldish and dangerous area. So obviously, they're probably gonna be a little bit different for each of them. Different loadouts. So with the different perks here, you can choose different classes, and those classes will have different benefits. Like in the case of our current one, increase all damage by 0.25% per level, with a max of 25%. So I guess max level 100. And then you can choose different types of weapons, and then different types of special abilities, and those will just give you different, customization depending on how you want to play the specific abilities. Looks like you get some additional settings later. These are all locked due to the demo, but I guess you can incorporate things like hazards, blitz mode, and deterioration. And then you might be able to also modify like the mineral value of things, which might make it easier to like level up and stuff. As you play the game, though, you will get different resources. For example, you get these blue items, which will give you the ability to upgrade different things on here. So if I want to like save the damage, now it's up by 5%, and I'm positive this will be a lot more larger, but I'm sure they're just kind of giving you a short demonstration of what kind of things that could be offered later. These would also be different types of buffs and I guess utility things. So I'm not sure what this will entail later, but there might be stuff on that as well. Different types of equipment. You can unlock different types of blueprints right now, and then those blueprints can give you additional like weapons and different types of modifiers that you could make certain things better as well. And this is kind of what you spend these purple things with. And of course, things like settings if you want to change like graphics and stuff. But that's just the overall initial stuff that they have on it already. So what we're gonna do is play a few rounds here and just kind of see how it plays out. So for example, when we start, there's these blue orbs, and they kind of help you do like your initial leveling, and it does make it quite a bit more useful on that front as well. And that being said, too, you get to choose different types of weapons. There's modifiers which will make certain other things better. So, for example, dashing reloads all weapons and makes your primary weapon fire faster. Whereas these different weapons can give you different other bonuses as well. Might go with some rockets. Oh, I think I might have been selecting the wrong thing. Actually, not as used to the controller side, so it might be a little bit on the weaker end. Alright, so that being said, okay, yeah. So those first few, I accidentally hit the wrong button, we recycled it. So, bad play on my part. we will see if we can salvage this run even with that. So now, one thing we're going to be trying to do as we play through is you're going to be wanting to do these little mission things like this, and these kind of give you different buffs and special abilities. In this case, we just basically want to get the orb to the center there. So this will basically give us an extra ability, which would be ranking up our shoulder gun. And it basically gives us a big turret, and this turret will kind of help us fight for at least a little bit of time. So basically these little missions kind of help you get a little bit better. Yeah, we'll kind of use that to kind of help us kill things for a little bit here. Um, and I found these laser fences to be really strong in this game, actually. So we're actually going to get one of those. They just do a lot of damage within a pretty short period of time, but the only time it does damage is when they're actually sitting in the gate, so sometimes you just have to move around a little bit. Alright, let's use this tree to kind of block them a little bit, and then slowly destroy all of them. So yeah, I think we're going to keep leveling up the fence. I think that might be one of the few ways we can probably easily catch up with my earlier mistakes. Um, I think I can do some pickup range. It might be helpful, actually. Now that said, this only goes to wave 15. So, and then basically this really big robot comes down and starts destroying stuff. And I am not entirely sure if it has a max health. He just does a ton of damage, and I think it's just meant to get you to a certain point to bring contest out the game. So that's probably part of the setup of keeping the game at a certain point. So again, this is another one where it's basically drag the ball. And this basically gives us a force field. All right, let's go ahead and clear this one real quick. Okay, so we almost have our overload ability. Let's grab that. Another level fence. All right, let's see if we can build up a little bit more numbers here. Because this overload ability, basically just throws a ton of damage down. I was kind of hoping we'd be a little more overrun at this point. All right, so let's go down here real quick. We'll just finish off this room. Okay, so it's another orb one. All right, so we do need to blast all that out. Okay, so unfortunately, we weren't able to quite complete that yet. Okay, so I do have another big boss guy that's coming. All right, it's another shoulder fire. All right, so we did at least get that. Magnetic plating 3 times. It's kind of like it's similar to Vampire Survivor in that side of it because you could get really good chests, and those chests could give you multiples instead of just like. All right, let's see if we can take out the boss with the fire at least. Okay, so we did defeat him. Another magnetic, another fence. Some more items. Yeah, we need to try to get this still stronger. So the big thing is we basically need to find chests that can give us more health. some more experience. And as you guys have been seeing as we go through, the enemies do change as it goes. Yeah, we need more health. So 10% more health will probably keep Slide at least a little bit longer. But truth be told, I think as soon as we fight any kind of particularly strong opponents, probably going to kill us. Because we're on wave 13 now. So that's that. It may not last too much longer. Alright, so another orb one. There are different ones, it just seems like. In this particular run, so we do pick up range. Yeah, we'll just do pick up range. Okay, so that did give us a bunch of health, which is always pretty good. This is kind of where the perimeter is actually really nice. It can get really strong, which is kind of helping us hold off pretty much the entire wave, honestly. Which is a little bit surprising. But yeah, I think once any bigger enemies show up, though, we'll have to start moving around again. Yeah, so here goes a big guy. Um, some more damage would be helpful. We're actually doing a lot of damage to him. But he is also doing a lot of damage to us. So there is that. Um, hmm. I mean, we are going to be taking damage. I mean, I guess there's no way around it. Alright, let's see if we can make this happen. Because normally, with most of the builds I've run so far, he just comes out and annihilates everything I do. So, it seems like, yeah, just grab a perimeter and then just run in circles around him really close by. So if you go far out, he just does this big laser beam, and that just does a ton of damage and basically tears you apart. I assume he's about to explode. Oh, no. Okay, so kind of going in the same direction as before. So honestly, it was a pretty easy run on this one. Like I said, most of the builds I've run so far kind of ran out of trouble pretty quick. So well, I guess that was a round of HiveCorp. And as I mentioned, uh, I mean the matches go pretty quickly because I think we talked for the first like 3 minutes. And so I mean it's 20 minutes or less if you can actually get through the entire thing. So it plays fairly quickly. So if you just want a quick casual game, and as far as game mechanics go, it's actually pretty smooth already. I was incorrect. So yeah, it's about 15 minutes per round, according to the time played on there. And I know if you kind of enjoy those kind of like roguelike games where you do improve over time, there's different roles you could take, different objectives, and different things you can change. And I think this is a solid game so far. With that, it has a bit different of a feel to it than some of the other ones that I've came across. So I'm sure if you kind of enjoy that style of game, I do feel this would be in that same kind of ballpark as those as well. So it might be something to kind of look for if it is something that does look interesting to you so far. Otherwise, thank you for watching Rundlii Gaming. You all have a wonderful day.